This is a Tape Deck podcast.
Hello, and welcome to Will Run For. This is your host, Tom, and with me, as always, are Aaron.
Hello.
Michael.
Hello.
And Diana.
What, are you sure we're recording?
We're recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Confused.
I missed
Everybody,
that.
so we just got back from Shamrock, literally everyone. So we're all kind of fried.
Yeah. We decided somehow it was a good idea to record this
After a
immediately
6-hour
after
drive.
a 6-hour drive.
Yeah.
And,
So what time did you
having
guys get home?
Drank for.
Well, we got home for 5 minutes and both had to run out and do something.
Yeah.
So we literally just got home like a half hour ago.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Yes.
This is the level of commitment that we provide
Yes.
our community.
We
I'd
wanted
ask
our,
you... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say we wanted our fresh Shamrock opinions.
Yes. I would ask you what you guys were up to, but we've literally spent the last 4 days together.
What you been doing?
It's been fun.
What's new?
Oh, God.
Man, that was a rough weekend.
Rough or amazing?
I mean, both. Let's go with both.
I feel like both is fair, right?
I was just watching a video of our good friend Amy in her state of mind yesterday.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
I actually sent it to her. Diana, you make an appearance in the video as well.
Oh, boy.
Oh, of course.
Oh, gosh. Things that will live on my phone and nowhere else forever.
I love it.
I'd say mistakes were made, but we had fun.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
fine
don't think
with
any
it.
mistakes
Yeah.
were actually made. It's not like we did anything bad.
Fair.
I mean, do we
Only
all
to our body.
feel? Yeah, I was gonna say, do we all feel like maybe we were run over by a Mack truck?
A
Sure.
little bit.
I mean,
Little
I
bit.
made a food choice mistake, but we won't get into that. Not going to
God.
disparage any eateries on here, but
Michael,
yeah,
do we have any 5-star reviews?
we have. We have two. As I get handed a cup covered in snot, cat
like-
snot.
That's
All
gross.
over the place.
Yeah. I think last time we recorded, we had a sick cat. Now we have the other sick cat. So,
Oh,
yeah,
my God.
we have 2 5-star reviews, one on Podcast Addict and one on Apple. On Apple is from Dawn Brew, BROU. Fabulous. I started listening in 2020 and I decided I'd better finally write a review. This is such a fun and inspiring podcast to listen to anytime. Everyone is always so authentic in sharing their experiences and tips for all runners. They've inspired me to register for Dopey 2023. Here's to many more miles and memories.
I'm sorry for your loss
Of 2023.
2022 because you're training for 2023.
Yeah.
So pretty much all
Good
of,
luck with all the training.
your
Yeah,
summer
it's awesome.
and all of your
Fall.
fall and all of your
Yeah.
winter of 2022. We mourn its loss.
Yep.
But
Yep.
look forward. You can run with us.
At Dopey. It'll
At
be fun.
Dopey.
Yeah.
And that's Dawn B. Joyful now.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay, that makes
yes.
sense. Okay.
Changed the
Yes.
Instagram handle recently.
There you
I believe
go.
She was Dawn B. Disney.
Okay.
And now she's
I know
Dawn
who
B.
that is
Joyful.
then. Yes.
What I can guarantee is running with Diana, Aaron, and Tom. I cannot guarantee a run with Michael. That I can't promise.
It's because Michael's smart.
Based on previous experience.
Like
this weekend.
Like yesterday.
Yes.
Like 24 hours ago. So the other review from Podcast Addict is calling. It's one of the BRFs calling out Tom. It's harsh.
Always.
It's a
It
harsh
really is.
one.
It really is.
This is Jennifer Cook. Love the podcast. Feel like I'm chatting with friends. Speaking of friends, my BRF challenged Tom to early, dark, cold miles to see what us hardy Southern New Hampshire girls experience. His 8 a.m. sunny miles do not count Cold and
It's
dark
true.
means just that, not sunny and 8 a.m. I hit the pavement in 30-degree weather at 3:45 a.m. yesterday.
My
and two
God.
of my BRFs joined me at 4:30 and 5:15.
Mm-mm.
Come on, Tom. You can do better.
Man,
Thanks for the laughs, guys.
She can do better.
She called you
can.
out hard
Yeah.
on that one.
Ooh.
Like, you could call it a review, but it was really just taking me to task for not doing what I promised. That's thank you for the review. But
Oh, that's amazing.
So here's the thing. I dedicated the 8K that we ran to Dawn.
There you go.
Because it turned out to be a little bit over 5 miles, and then dedicated the entire half marathon this weekend to
That wasn't good
Jennifer.
enough for her.
I know.
Wasn't
I'm
good
trying to
enough.
think. We have been kind of babies this winter, more so than any other
Oh,
year.
I definitely have been, yeah.
I was just talking to my running group because I haven't shown up very often. And they're like, "Where are you? Like, where have you been?" And I'm like,
Inside.
I'm inside on the treadmill. I can't do it. Like,
Well,
it's been terrible.
Tom dedicated the whole half marathon to her, and she still came back at him and said, "But
You know what?
was the half in the cold and dark?"
No,
And for the record,
because
It was
only
not.
Tom. It's only Tom I'm targeting here.
absolutely, I am for that. Also, Shamrock was a trick this year. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
So,
Yes.
It could have been either way, and it just happened to
It just
not
happened
be.
to not work out.
But there was one morning where you got up and ran in like the, I don't know,
Yeah,
it was
it
like
was
the
cold.
teens.
Yeah, that
Because
is
I
true.
didn't do it. Because you ran outside and I said, "Nay, sir," and stayed on the treadmill.
Yeah, but
I
I don't
recall
think
that.
I don't think I did. I don't think I did 5 miles that morning.
No,
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know. But you know what? I'll own it. I apologize for letting you down, Jennifer. And I pledge to do better. We can only grow from here. And I appreciate the feedback. I'll take it. I'll sit with it, and I will do better.
I was going to
Absorb.
say, spring is the most ridiculous of all seasons and won't decide what it
It's
wants
true.
to do.
This is
So
true.
it's very possible you could get another cold day. I was thinking that
Oh,
your
yeah,
time
for
is
sure.
up, but I think Sunday it's supposed to get down to like 27.
Oh my God!
Of course. It snowed a
That's
week
pretty
ago,
cold.
so it's not like we're talking about it was a long time ago. It was
Right.
It's
week
a
ago.
nightmare. We're in hell. I hate it.
I'll probably get a chance.
I am
Yeah,
loving
oh,
that
yeah.
it's sunny right now, though. Or,
Yeah.
I'll take
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
the time change.
Oh,
The time
it's been
change.
amazing.
I'm blowing up what I'm running for this week. Never mind. There
Okay.
was no time change.
All right, what are we running for this week? Tom, there you go. Segue.
All right. Okay. So I'll start. What I'm running for this week is to just stay loose and stay sort of prepared for springtime surprise coming up.
Good call.
Yeah, that's it. And it's next week. Like, I don't
Oh, it's
know.
Oh my God, it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, we didn't put away suitcases.
Yes,
No,
we have Big Woods, and then we have springtime the
Oh,
next
that's
weekend.
right.
2 weeks in a row.
Literally in the car on the ride home, Tom looks at me like halfway through the drive and he's like, "Wait, are we leaving for Disney next Wednesday?" And I was like, "Yes."
I'm like, it's all too much. I
Oh my
apologize
God.
to anybody that I made plans with this weekend because I'm sitting on this couch.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. I know
we-
you guys got
We're
some
not.
stuff, but
Yeah.
so
Well, I was saying as I started, because that's what transitioned us.
Yeah.
I'm running for the daylight.
Yeah.
I can possibly get a run in after work now.
Yep. We did a couple of those.
Instead of in the morning, which I'm still not motivated yet to get up in the morning. So at least now, if I wanted to, I have some daylight in the evening. And I'm super excited because it's so depressing leaving work and being
Yeah.
in the dark. I love the late darkness if I can get, or late darkness,
Love it.
late lightness if I can get it.
I agree.
Yeah, and I am like Tom, just staying loose for springtime. But we have Big Woods half marathon this weekend, so that'll be fun. Baltimore Hun's going to be there.
Yeah, I was just
Yay!
chatting with her.
She's feeling better. Her hip's feeling better.
I was just chatting with her about her hip, and 2, getting together for like beer or a meal afterwards.
Sounds like a
since
plan. We have time
Jealous.
now.
Time,
Yeah,
which we'll get
Nice.
into later on also.
maybe.
Where is it? How far away is it?
It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, by Reading, PA.
No, it's south of Reading.
South of Reading, PA. I don't know, it's all
It's
the
French
same.
Creek.
It's all the same out there.
Yeah, we saw Matt Frumpa for a short time, which we'll also talk about.
Oh, yeah.
This weekend, and he kept saying, "Oh, you guys are going to Reading." I'm like, "No, we're not going to be anywhere near Reading."
And you're like right next to Reading.
No, we're not.
Oh.
Michael
not?
keeps saying that we're going to be in Reading.
I thought it was
but
near Reading.
We're not. We're going to French Creek, which is like in a completely different location.
Look, it's Pennsylvania outside of Philadelphia. It's all Reading. I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah.
to tell you.
I mean,
There's
it's not like it's.
there's 2 places in Pennsylvania, and it's Pittsburgh and Philadelphia.
I mean, it's not like it's like
And the
so
rest.
far, but it's definitely not in. Like French Creek is definitely not in the same
Okay.
place.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
Fair enough.
Well, this week I'm running for, I'm always looking for new and interesting ways to drink on a race course, and I've tried various things. Beer in the water bottle, that was a mistake.
Ooh,
I do
Was it,
drink,
though?
yes, because it shook around and then exploded everywhere, and I just had foam and sticky hands.
That's why I just held it in my hand without
It
the
was
lid and just kept
just-
drinking it.
Is that how you do it?
Yes.
Yep. So there was that. We tried miniatures on a race course, which was good, but it was taking up valuable space. And by the time you're halfway through a half marathon, it's not cold or delightful.
Oh, God.
What I found is alcoholic gummies by Smith and
Oh.
Sinclair. They're
They're good.
from a actually Pennsylvania-based company. They arrived in about 3 days. You can go right to their website, Smith and Sinclair. I ordered a mixed pack of assorted alcoholic cocktail gummies, and the max ABV is 5%. So they were great. I took them instead of nutrition. That may have been a mistake,
Yeah.
but
It was.
Nah,
but they
I
were
had-
delicious.
they were. What was the one Jennifer Taylor and I had
You
together?
guys had a tequila slammer.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And then I had a hibiscus something.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yep.
pretty good. And
I
then
like
I took
any
home
of the
something
fruity
else.
ones. Yeah, I like anything that's fruity. I think is good. They have a couple. There's like a whiskey based one. Bill Taylor said he liked that. There's an espresso martini, which I thought was disgusting. But you can do a mixed pack, or if you really like them, you can just order a pack of your favorite flavor. So
Ooh.
these are my new running treat
Yep.
when I'm not running for time and I'm running for fun.
There you go.
And they're not super expensive. I don't know. I think I got 50 of them for like $100 or something like that, or might have been less than that. I'm trying to think of how many I ordered. I ordered a lot. So they will be making a reappearance at Springtime Surprise. Get ready,
Nice.
friends.
Yeah.
Which, we had done, these are perfect because Susanna and I did the drink in all the parks. So Magic Kingdom obviously doesn't serve its own alcohol. So Jennifer Taylor had bought these like little pouches that had alcohol that you could do shots out of. They
Ooh, love
almost
that.
look like goo. They like seriously are like just a larger goo packet, but they have alcohol in them.
That's
But
fun.
I feel like the gummies are actually an even better option.
The gummies are great. And then I brought a ton for the race. And then these a-holes I was sharing a room with ate like an entire pack of them after I went to bed on Friday night.
Mistakes were made.
Oh, my
I do
God.
I was like,
apologize.
what happened to all the gummies?
Did you realize how alcoholic they were and that they were going to get you that drunk?
I don't know. How were you guys
Um,
feeling on Friday?
I don't know.
You were not happy when you woke up on Saturday.
Yeah, they worked.
That's what I was saying. I meant,
guess-
like, did you realize
guess
how
it was
well they were
maybe-
going to work?
Maybe it was Thursday night. It was Thursday night.
It was Thursday night.
It was Thursday night. Apologies
man.
for incorrect information. It was Thursday night.
It was. Yeah, it was.
But Smith and Sinclair, Eat Your Drink is what it's called.
Eat
the
your
best.
drink. Ooh, sounds good.
I'm going to look those up.
Yeah, make that a goal.
Also,
Well, that's a goal you can get.
That is a goal I can get.
And now, it's time for our Will Run 4 Goal Getters. Congrats on making your goals, you getters. Oh, you runs the shit.
All right. And I'm actually impressed that we've got so many goal getters, considering Michael posted this all of 3 hours ago since we decided we were all actually too drunk to post this sooner. Anyway.
It was so funny. We also, in the car ride home, Tom was like, should we do like a goal getters? And I was like, nah, we don't need to. Like,
well, I just kind of assumed we might skip it since we'd forgotten.
That's what I thought.
I was
but
like,
here we go.
Together, yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
I mean, it was a lazy post. I didn't like put a lot of thought into it, or work into it.
He put no effort into you guys, goal getters. I'm sorry that is what you got from him.
I have one in my back pocket I've been working on. It's a doozy.
Oh God!
But honestly, this is the quality they should come to expect from the show. Honestly, like
he's been talking about whatever this back pocket one is.
I got a great video that I've been waiting to use. It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm super curious about it, and I'm disappointed I haven't gotten it yet. Anyway, moving on to our goal getters.
Yes.
First, we have Lisa Knits and Trains. I decided to run a half marathon today because, why not?
Yeah, it's a good reason.
Lisa, I can think of some reasons why not, but I'm proud of you.
I think it was just the weather. Like, I saw the post and she was like, it's nice out. I'm going for a run.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Sometimes you just feel it when you're out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have EcoFit 13. I was so close to a 5K PR this weekend, 29 seconds away on Saturday and 7 seconds away on Sunday. So close.
Back to back almost.
Back to back 5Ks. Whew. I wholeheartedly believe I'm 7 seconds away. I'm pretty sure.
That's pretty close.
Yes, you're so close.
So close.
Keep going. Disney Run Repeat. Huge PR this weekend at the NYC Half Marathon with negative splits.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm still on a high that I did that. That's amazing.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Yes,
Amazing.
Huge congratulations. Karate Chop. Final week of marathon training before the taper, and like always, I'm whistling past the old injury graveyard. I've got one more 20-mile to run on this gimpy Achilles, and the goal is to just get through it pain-free. And then he's got some fingers crossed.
Knock on wood.
We are all going to cross our fingers and our toes and everything else we can think
just
of.
Just get there healthy. That's the goal.
Yes. Melanie, who Michael mentioned we're going to see this weekend, Baltimore Han, said that she's finishing back-to-back half marathons without needing a hip replacement.
That would be good.
I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good goal. We've been chatting a lot because we've had similar hip issues. And she had to also go get an MRI of her hip. So we've been commiserating together a lot. Beach Runner 78, Megan, she just got cleared by PT to run again.
Awesome.
Woo-hoo. Nice. Angie, who we also saw this weekend.
Yeah.
Who I honestly had no idea that her and Andrew were coming this weekend. So I don't know why, but it was completely shocking when they showed up at the 8K. I was like, what? I think Tom mentioned it in passing, and I thought he was joking. I don't know why.
Oh man.
Anyway, she hit a major benchmark in rebuilding her endurance after the baby by completing the Dolphin Challenge at Shamrock.
Yeah,
including
she did.
Pushing the baby for 11 of the 13.1 miles. I've also realized that I need to commit to cross training and strength training if I don't want to trash my legs as I prepare to dopey.
Yep.
Awesome.
Love it. And I did not steal their baby. So that was also a win.
True.
I
That's
tried a
You
couple
did.
times.
Yep.
I got give me the baby.
I'm like, can I have your baby, please? So cute. Anyway, now I have winter on my head. Anyway, Jennifer Cook says, who is the person who gave us the review?
If you want to call it that.
She's my new favorite troll. My goal is to stop getting sick so I can keep on marathon training. This time around, it's COVID-19 for the win. Ooh. She gave a little cursing emoji. I have about 4 more weeks till taper, and I need my body to just get and stay healthy.
Yeah. I hear
It's
that.
tough. It's tough. I feel like just in general, like winter training for marathons, like spring marathons are really tough because it's cold, it's dark, and then on top of that, you have like flu season. Obviously now COVID-19, like just all the winter gunk that you get. It's just a terrible time.
She should try running when it's sunny and warm out. It works for me. All I'm saying is maybe there's a pattern.
There might be a correlation there, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Oh, goodness.
Wow.
Well, thank you everyone for your submissions. Our
Yeah.
last minute goal getters. Appreciate it.
Before we move on, I want to quickly mention that our virtually live race, the last episode that we recorded, we had said that we were going to open registration on April 1st, and then we found out that we needed to order medals way sooner.
Yeah.
So we opened registration immediately. The response has been amazing. We're very excited about it. Registration will remain open until
We hit.
May 6th.
No.
Or
We hit.
I understand.
Oh, okay.
It will, if you let me finish, will remain open until.
Hey, can I get a minute? Can I get a minute? Beyonce is the greatest artist of all time. No disrespect to Taylor Swift. That's literally what that just sounded like.
I love it. I'm gonna let you finish.
But
Aaron, what were you saying?
oh God.
Registration for the virtually live race will stay open until May 6th, or we cap out at 108 people. We've ordered 110 medals. We would like to keep one for ourselves, each couple. So we're capping registration at 108. So whichever comes first, May 6th or 108, that's your chance to get a beautiful sunflower medallion designed by Ragged Cuts.
Yeah. I'm still waiting to hear back from Ultra Aspire, so I got to email them this week about the cups.
Oh, hopefully we're getting collapsible cups.
Yeah, no, I heard from them, and then I think the guy was on vacation who mocks them up. But so I'm gonna email them this week. And this was just the other day. I don't know. It feels like 20 days ago because Shamrock makes everything feel like it was like 3 weeks ago. And anything above our costs for shipping and doing all the stuff, we're gonna donate to a charity.
Yes, we have not picked a charity, but there will be some kind of running related charity. At this point, we believe we'll actually end up going a little bit over. So we believe that we're going to be able to give a donation to some charity.
Yep, that'll be good too.
Yay!
Super excited. If you don't know what the virtually live race is, because this is the very first time you've ever listened to this podcast, it is on May 21st. We will start at 10 a.m. We'll be live on IG for a virtual start line. Run any distance, run with whoever you want, run 0.1 miles, run 50 miles. Do whatever you want to do. Just do it with us at the same time, wherever you are virtually live together.
Yep. And if you can't do it on your own, it's okay.
Yeah. Yep. If you can't make that date, then, anytime you want to grab your miles, just let us know and we'll shout you out and give you a cheer. Make sure you're posting your stuff on your stories too, so that we can reshare everything you guys are doing out there. Tom's going to blow it up on social media.
I am.
Blow it up.
Well, and here's the thing. I'm a nerd about the numbers. I'm not going to get into it, but we have surpassed last year's number already.
It's true.
That's all I'm saying.
He's very excited.
It's very true.
Poor Tom. So, Tom, what are we going to talk about?
Shamrock.
It's all about Shamrock.
It's so much fun.
Shamrock has caused me to actually hydrate today based on my mood. Anna, Susanna, Maria, you'll all be very proud. I've got my corksicle here, and I filled it up 5 times today.
Wow, that's way more
Oh
drinking
my
than
God.
I've done. It's
I
been
am
hard
miserable.
too because we drove 6 hours, so I didn't want to have to pee 800 times. So I did a really bad job of rehydrating after yesterday, and yeah, I should be hydrating a lot more for how much we drank yesterday.
This is true.
Awful.
But we should go rewind a little bit and go back to the start.
Yeah.
So
what was the start?
Shamrock Marathon Weekend is a race that happens in Virginia Beach. And this year was the 50th anniversary. It's such a fun time. There are a series of races. There's an 8K, a half marathon, a full marathon, and there's like a mile race for the kids, I think.
Yeah, the Dolphin Dash. Yeah.
Leprechaun Dash.
Leprechaun Dash, not Dolphin
Yeah.
Dash. Sorry.
So we all went down, and I think and again, back to the numbers, I'm such a nerd. Out of the people that we knew, there was over 35 of us, which I think is awesome. But I mean, this race has thousands of people, and I think most of it was sold out. I think the challenges might have been sold out.
They were.
So it felt like a very...
I keep saying it felt like the before times.
It did. It
Yeah.
felt like a
Like,
regular
it was
race weekend, a
crazy.
big race weekend.
It was
Yeah.
a big race
It was
weekend
huge
that
race.
we haven't experienced in the last 2 years. So the whole weekend was great. I cannot just say enough good things about J&A and the events they put on. They're fantastic. They do such a nice job. We got down on Thursday, so I worked a half day from the car. You know what happens when you work in the car? You get kind of nauseous while you're driving.
Yes.
So it was hit or miss. But I was able to do a bunch of calls. And then we stopped at the Precarious Beer Project in Williamsburg before headed all the way into Virginia Beach. And I took a call from the brewery.
Yes, you did.
Because professionalism.
Boss babe.
Boss babe. And so we did that and met up with our friends from the Games We Grew Up With podcast. Actually, all 4 of the people from the Games We Grew Up podcast. Katie and Kyle and Lisa and Chris. So we were able to hang out with them for a while and then made it all the way to Virginia Beach and went to Shuffleboard on Thursday night. So I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but there's this really cool indoor shuffleboard place that's like a bar. They bring food. They've got bocce.
Yep.
It's super fun. We went last year on a weekend and it was stupid crowded. So we went kind of right when they opened on Thursday night and there was no one there. So that was fantastic.
That was a lot of fun.
And then I wanted to go to bed and Tom and everyone else had other plans, which led me to being very cranky on Friday.
It's true.
It's true. Oh, man.
All I wanted to do was go to bed because we were in the car forever. And they decided they wanted to order pizza and eat all of my alcoholic gummies.
Oh, my gosh. We left. We also left Thursday, right?
I was going to say, you guys left Thursday too, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but we didn't drive all the way down because our drive is about 6 hours on a bad day, which sometimes can be a little rough. And with nighttime traffic, rush hour going through Delaware and all that, and it was raining.
It was
we
raining.
just decided that we were going to stay one night like halfway down. So we stayed in Ocean City, Maryland overnight before we continued our trek down.
Nice. And then, the expo was Friday.
Yeah. So we had... Well, you already mentioned your friends from Games We Grew Up With, and then your friends Lisa and Chris. We had the Taylors. We had Amy and Jason Chase. They all met us at the expo.
Yep.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So we had a pretty big group for that. It was very expo-y. The thing that I didn't get a chance to story that I wanted to talk about was the size of the bibs.
Oh, yeah. We all forgot to talk about this. They were normal size.
Which Michael was very excited because I've had bibs from J&A before, and this is the smallest I remember them being, because I don't ever remember thinking to myself, wow, these are really small bibs. Maybe it's just that Michael's brought so much attention to the bib sizes these days that
I mean, we are
I've never noticed it.
influencers.
Maybe they
That's
heard
true.
us talking about it.
Yeah, maybe.
It could have been. I thought they were borderline too small because I had to do something weird with my bib belt to make it work.
Oh, see, no, I thought they were perfect.
Mm.
Yeah. That's the size that they like width wise, that's the size that the like trail race bibs tend to be, is like just a little thinner like that. The other thing I really liked about it, they weren't able to personalize them because of this, but what I liked is you got your QR code in your email. Then they scanned your QR code, and instead of like going up in alphabetical order or by bib number, a lot of times they have at expos, they have like all the bib numbers kind of like on a board, and you go up to your bib number, give them your bib number, and then they check your ID and all that. This time you gave them your ID, you gave them your QR code, and you went up to whoever was available next. So you just stood in line and they were like, next. They scanned your QR code, and then they scanned the bib. So you were assigned the bib number right there on the spot. And so when they saw your QR code, they saw whichever corral you were supposed to be in, and then gave you the next bib number for that corral. It kind of moved the crowd fast because it didn't matter where you were. Everyone just stood in the same line, and you just went to the next available person.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
No, yeah, that was super efficient. I was a little sad because J&A has one of those, I don't know, traditions where you can get not just like your name on the bib, but you can personalize it.
Yes.
So you can get like, we'll run for beer, or I like Ollie the cat, or like whatever you want on it. Like
what you cannot get Crazy Asian.
Oh, it's offensive.
It's offensive, Aaron.
Because 3 years ago, I tried to get Crazy Asian on it, and it came blank, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I thought about it, and I was like, oh, it's probably because they thought it was a little too
much
risque,
too offensive. I don't really know because it classifies, but I'm Asian. That's what I am. I don't know. Anyway,
they don't know that.
So what you cannot get is Crazy Asian.
Yes. So I liked the efficiency, miss the personalization.
Yeah, that's fair.
I get that.
Thought it was a good expo.
Yeah, Michael thought it was such a good expo. We all hung around and bought stuff,
and
including a mug, which I've now gotten many messages from people that are like, here's all of my Irish mugs that I'm going to put away so that I can take out all of my Easter mugs. And I think it's hilarious.
Like, we got a mug, so now we need to throw one out.
This isn't true.
No, that's not true. It's funny because Tom has been yelling at me about the mug situation, and then came up to me with that mug and said we should get this one. And he doesn't drink coffee. I'm the only one in the house that uses mugs.
Oh man.
Michael thought it was such a good expo that he went outside and sat outside the expo on a bench while the rest of us were inside the expo hanging out. That's how Michael does expos.
I felt like it was a little smaller than it has been in past years, but I still thought it was good. J&A has good merch and all that fun stuff. So
they did have a lot of branded merch because it was the 50th anniversary.
Oh yeah.
And I like to see that. I like to see something branded.
Yeah.
Like because we've been to expos before where like they don't put the year on shirts, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's just, I don't know. I think it means.
You like having the year on it?
I do. I like having that, that little, this is when we did this. Or
I get that. Especially for like the 50th, it makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the big races like MCM or New York City, like all those always have the year on them. Yeah. Because every year I look at the New York City merchant that I love and I'm like, can I buy this even though I'm not running this year because I did once do the New York City Marathon? Because this is prettier than what was out when I did it.
Yeah. That always happens to me with the Baltimore Marathon. They always have better shirts the year I don't do it.
Yeah. So we went to the expo, and then after the expo, We went to lunch.
Did
with
we?
some
Yeah, a few of us
friends,
went to lunch, and then,
and then
we did our meetup.
Yep.
Where did we have lunch?
Loggerhead.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We had lunch at the hotel. I don't remember. That was days ago.
Oh my gosh. Yes, and
Just
then we
days
did
ago.
our meetup at
Not Smutty Nose.
not Smutty Nose, which is what in our story. Did anyone catch that in our stories where Michael said that we were at Smutty Nose? And I really watched it.
No.
And I was like, Smutty Nose is like in a whole different state, like very far north from where we are.
Sorry
Very
about
far.
that. Yeah.
Smart Mouth, right?
Yes.
Pilot House.
Yeah.
We got to
a
see
ton of people showed up. It was
our
awesome.
friends Amy and Dana from the Run
Runny
Eat Drink
Yep.
podcast.
They
I
hopped
was
in.
so glad to meet
That
them
was
because you
so
guys
cool.
had met them
Mhm.
before.
Yep.
And I'd never met them. So I felt like I was monopolizing their time because I was so excited when I saw them. I like cozied up right next to them and we're just chatting about injuries and what races we're doing. And yeah, it was awesome. I
Yeah.
loved meeting them. I was so happy.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. Like Smart Mouth has good beer. It's been a while, so they had new beer.
Yeah, they had a ton of new beer. I
Yeah.
was really excited about it.
But again, that's how the night gets away from you.
Hmm.
Yes, it does.
See, I was actually pretty good that night. I behaved myself that night. I only had a few. I did get a little tipsy, but not like nothing crazy.
Yeah. I was okay. There
Um,
what was there? They had like a really cool beer that everyone kept drinking. And I'm trying to remember
Was it
what
the
was
Rice
in it.
Krispie one?
No, it wasn't Rice Krispie. It was they had like Rice Krispie, and then they had the like Lucky Charms one, and then they had and I'm trying to remember. I can't even remember like the
I
one
don't-
everyone was. Oh, Fruity Pebbles.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was like a
Fruity
Fruity Pebbles
Yeah,
beer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did
So,
we
it
drink
was
that?
cool.
We got a
No.
flight. I don't remember. I have
That
no
wasn't
idea what
on
was
the
in our flight.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. And then we got other beers too, but we had that one flight that I had no idea what was in it.
Mhm.
My favorite part about that brewery was that there was 800 dogs,
Oh my god, so many
including
dogs.
Argus, who, when you said
Posed.
selfie,
Yeah.
knew what the word selfie meant, and he posed to take a selfie with me, and it was
It
the
was
most
amazing.
adorable thing that has ever happened in my entire life. So much so that I had to bring it up on this podcast.
As I sit here, I'm looking at our dog who's just chewing his nails. And I'm like, you're never going to be an influencer unless you learn how to selfie on
pose.
command.
Oh, God.
It was so funny because I'm just petting it, and I was like, oh, and I took a picture with him as he was like licking my face, and I was like, don't you want to take a selfie? And it was like this like epiphany in his head where he turns his face and he looks directly at the camera.
I love
was
it.
directly
And I was like,
at the camera.
what
It
just
was
happened?
wild. Yeah.
And so then our friend Donna went over there. I was like, I swear to you, that dog knows the word selfie.
Guys, I came up with a nickname for Donna.
Oh
Has
boy.
anybody heard this before?
Oh no.
Donna, I apologize for whatever is about to come
Sorry,
next.
Donna, I'm sorry. Run O'Donna.
Ren O'Donna.
Michael.
I was like, I think
Ren
that's
O'Donna
long-
from the Ren O'Donna
How long
podcast.
have you been sitting on that gem?
like 20 or 30 seconds. I've been waiting to say it. I'm like,
Nice.
ooh, work the pilot house. Run O'Donna. Run O'Hana. It works.
Oh my God.
Donna, I'm sorry. I apologize, but you're now Run O'Donna.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even
Okay.
know where to go from here.
That's fine.
So obviously Donna is from the Run Ohana podcast. What is happening?
Can we also shout out her husband, who
John
is one
is
of the
best.
nicest people
Oh my gosh.
Just
that
the
anyone has ever
best.
met?
Yeah.
Yes.
The best of all people. Like,
Absolutely.
I mean, he said, I was like, even like we saw him the next morning, and he's like, hey, Diana, I know you were sitting at the other end of the table, and I didn't really get to talk to you last night, so I want to make sure I said hi this morning. I'm like, what a delightful human. Like, just the nicest.
Really?
Like,
Someone else was talking to us and we were like, everyone here is so nice. And I turned, or somebody else said something like that where they were like, oh, everyone's so nice. And I was like, well, unless your name is Erin, Diana, or Brittany.
yeah, it's true.
That's fair. So then you guys went to get ice cream.
Yes, we
Oh,
went
yeah,
and
we
got
did.
ice cream at Ben and Jerry's.
Yep.
Jealous.
I was super excited when they mentioned going to Ben and Jerry's because Ben and Jerry's has the non-dairy ice cream. So I knew that their stores all have a non-dairy option. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, got to eat some ice cream with some
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah. No, so we had a relatively easy night that night. Nothing crazy.
What time did you guys stay much longer after we left?
I think we left like almost immediately after you left.
Okay.
I feel like we were in bed early, weren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
We were in bed pretty early. Yeah. And then we woke up the next day for the 8K.
Yeah.
And here's the thing I'm going to say about Shamrock, who everyone went this year and it was your first Shamrock. It was a weekend of lies. The weather is not
weather lies.
The weather is not normally like this. I swear to God, they were like, Diana, it's the last year she's going to do it. Let's make it the greatest weather of all time.
It was.
And then it'll just make you want to come back and do it again. Well, I'm not falling for it, J&A. I'm not coming back.
Oh, God.
Because it was the greatest weather
the entire
I've ever
weekend.
experienced. The entire weekend.
Shorts, tank top weather the whole time.
It was amazing. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it was hot. Towards the end of the 8K, it got hot.
It was a beautiful day out.
Yeah. I mean, in the morning, and this never happens, like that morning, I went out on the balcony and I was like, I don't even need to wear like a long sleeve or anything over my tank top.
Yeah.
I just wore like my tank top and my capris with my sparkle skirt and went like immediately down. I didn't have my throwaway stuff. I didn't have anything.
Yeah. So we all met up in front of King Neptune, the giant Neptune statue, and there was a lot of other groups. It's like seemed like it was a popular location.
Everybody meets up there, yeah.
We didn't think about how popular King Neptune is.
Very.
So
I feel like that's where we've always met, so that's why we said it. Like I feel like that's where we always get our photo.
But like I feel like was it way busier this time? I don't know. It felt like it was like
we
crazy
were late
crowded
because we had to go to bag check, so we were late.
Yeah.
So by the time I walked up,
crowded.
I got screamed out to pose, and then we walked.
Yeah. And our group kind of split up. I walked with Tom and Frumpa until they abandoned us. And then it was the Taylors and myself who finished together because Frumpa and Tom abandoned us.
Here's the thing, boss babe. You gotta keep up.
Oh, is that so? I walked with a giant leprechaun. Bill is like 6 foot, like 8 feet. I don't know what is Bill? He's really tall, and
He's really tall.
He's really tall.
Dresses up as in a full leprechaun costume.
Yep, for the 8K, yeah,
and carries a pot of gold, chocolate coins, and hands them out to all of the kids he sees along the way. So it's like a parade with him.
Yeah, didn't you say one kid was like the most happiest you've ever seen?
Yes, I mean it was there was a little girl at the aid station, and we take a water, and Bill says, "Do you want a piece of candy?" And we're a little bit ahead too, so all we could hear is this girl squeal with delight.
Amazing.
And was like, "Oh, this is for me!" And was just like.
Oh my gosh!
She was
just
so delighted, and all these kids. Every time he'd be like, "Would you like a good luck coin?" They'd be like, "Oh my gosh!" And it was just actually delightful to watch Bill bring all of these kids a little bit of joy.
Yeah, amazing.
I cheered the 8K. I did not run.
He waited and he waited and said that we were really slow.
Yeah, they were really
called
slow.
us out on our IG live about how slow we are, while Diana was the gazelle.
I ran.
Was the gazelle of the group.
You didn't have to wait for me. I'm surprised you even saw me. I was so fast.
Yeah, I agree. Like
unbelievable. So it was so funny because I hadn't decided whether or not I was going to try and run for time or if I wanted to just like hang out with my friends who I never get to see. And we were in the corral and I was
cracking me up.
Swept up with the camaraderie, and I was getting like FOMO that I wasn't going to like be with the group. But the weather was so nice.
But she kept saying, so here's the thing is like, we're in the corral and now we're moving up in the corral and like the start line is coming. And I'm like, what are you doing? Because she had looked up her previous time, so she knew what she was going to have to do. And she was like having these doubts, which I didn't have any doubt because I just knew where she's been running. But like, we're like super close to the start and we're like the next corral. And I'm like, Diana, what are you doing? She's like, I don't know yet. I don't know. And I'm like, Diana, you've got to decide in the next like 3 seconds because we're about to cross the start line. She's like,
then,
I'm going. And
as soon as like kind of like the gun time went off, I was like, all right, I'm going. And then I just kind of like, I took off. I was doing my 2-in-1 intervals. And I made it about 1.5 miles, 2 miles, and all of a sudden next to me come the Weckerleys, all 3 of them. Andrew pushing Winter and Angie. And I said, hey, I'm doing 2-in-1s. I'm going for a PR. I don't know what you guys are doing. And they were like, well, we'll stay with you like as long as, you know, we feel like, because Angie's been training 2-in-1s. And then I ran the whole race with them. And the weather was great. I loved it. I love running when it's a little bit warm. I know some people hate it, but I felt loose. I felt great. And I beat my time by, I think, a little over 5 minutes. So I was pumped.
5 minutes
really
on an
excited.
8K is a lot.
I know. That's what
I took like a minute off my pace. So
yeah.
I was like so excited. And I wasn't really like, I was kind of watching my watch to make sure I was kind of under where I wanted to be, but I wasn't watching it super close. So when I stopped my watch and I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, that can't be right. And then I got the text message that had my official time, and I was so excited.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
awesome.
yes. Because it was so much.
And so then we got to watch Diana
Ring the bell,
which was
And
super
then
awesome.
have some beer.
At 9:30 in the morning.
I will say that this year's 8K was tamer than last year's 8K after party.
2019.
2019. I don't know what time is. In my head, the last time we were there was last year because the last 2 years of my life didn't exist.
Same thing.
I don't really know.
See, and I couldn't remember. Like, I know, like, all after the half is always crazy because it's the last day, but I couldn't remember if, like, the 8K gets crazy.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I only remember this because I remember thinking to myself that we drank like more than I was planning on at the 8K, and I have the videos of us at the 8K, which is the only reason why I have any recollection of the 8K. But we were in the tent for a lot longer last year because I have the videos. And I remember thinking to myself, I can't believe we did this to ourselves today. Like, how are we going to survive tomorrow? And then it was worse.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
That's the only reason why I kind of remember, because I hadn't planned. Like, I had planned for last time to be more like this time, where it was like, okay, we're going to kind of take it easy. And then we ended up going hard on the 8K day for some dumb reason. So this one was a little tamer.
I think I even had like a leftover drink ticket to use the next day.
Yeah.
Like, I think I only had 3 beers.
Yeah. I appreciated this one. I actually used my drink tickets on this day because, I don't know, I didn't just take the beers like I did the next day.
But it was fun. People hung out. We didn't realize, because this has never been an option before, because it's always been miserable outside, that you could actually go out to the beach, like right in front of the water and hang out there. So almost everyone had left and there was just a couple of us. And we were like, oh my gosh, we can just be out here. And we didn't realize that we could have been out there the entire time.
I think Michael said it. Michael's
better.
like, let's go walk out on the beach. And we were like, wait, what? He's like, let's go like walk out. They're like, let's go walk out on the beach instead of being in the tent. And we walk outside and like all these people are outside. We're like,
it was like 80 degrees.
We're like, we could have been out here this whole time.
It was 80 degrees. There's like a pod of dolphins like
Yes,
jumping
like-
by.
And then that's
it was
when
magical.
we saw Michelle K.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We saw Michelle
and her
and,
crew. Peter.
We hung out with them for a little while. We stood around with them. Frumpa was still around then. That's right, because I walked the 8K with Frumpa. So Frumpa was had gotten in the night before. I hadn't seen him. I hadn't seen him in a while. So that was nice.
The Weckerleys were there with their baby.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
Everyone was passing beers and baby around.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went to
that was pretty much it. And then we kind of dispersed.
Later
We all
on.
took some naps.
Yeah,
We met back up at New Realm.
which was crazy crowded.
Oh my gosh, there was
Crazy
a
crowded.
festival
Yeah.
there, and I don't know. We got there first, which we got there at like 3:20. So
Yeah,
we had said 3-ish, and we were the first there at 3:20. There was an event, some Bloom festival going on until like 4. So there was like
As per usual, we did not do any research
no,
before.
yeah,
0.
didn't check the calendar.
And
of
so
the
we
Didn't
get
brewery.
there.
check the calendar.
We pull in, and the place is like bonkers. Like, I mean,
Lot of
like
kids
we were
running
parked
around.
out in the circle. We weren't even parked in
Yeah.
a parking lot because of how busy it
And their
was.
parking lot is huge.
And this place is huge. And they had bouncy,
Bouncy
houses,
Mhm.
and they had a petting zoo. And I went and took pictures with a donkey, and pet a alpaca, and
So
a
random.
goose or a duck.
Oh my god.
While I was waiting for all of you. And then we had, I don't know what, like 20-ish people for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah,
You know who we saw? Ian Connor, who
Yes.
I haven't seen since Dopey 2018.
It's been so
Oh my
long that
gosh.
Tom didn't even know that he'd ever met.
And I was like, you've definitely met Ian because he was local to DC for a long time. And I was like, we used to see him at all the DC races.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my God.
I said hi to my friend Ian.
Yeah.
We caught up.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So I was so excited to see him.
Yeah. Who else was there? Donna, the Quackenbushes again, the Taylors,
Yeah, I'm
the
trying to think if anyone
Chases.
new came.
No, I think
Run O'Donna.
Ron O'Donna. Oh my God.
Yeah. So,
Michelle Kay was there. She hadn't been
Yes.
there the night before
mm.
with her crew.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about? Tom's celebrity moment in the tent.
Oh.
All right, so we're
Was
gonna
that-
back up.
Was
when
that
we were- yeah,
that day? Yes, I'm
that was
sorry.
that
That
day.
was. That was.
Oh.
So
That's right.
we were in the tent after the 8K, and we were having some beers, and it was just having some fun. And then this
Someone
person comes
tapped me on the
up
shoulder.
and said, "What did she say?"
She
She was
said,
like, "Hi, like
"You guys have a podcast."
you guys have a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm Tori, right?"
I'm not sure if she said her name immediately. I think she just was like, "You guys have a podcast that I listen to."
That
And
I
we were
listened
like,
to.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
And then it was just like, "Oh, who are you?" And then she told us who she was. And yeah, Tom, Tori. I don't know. I don't know if you understand, because then we ended up running with Tori, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yes.
The next day, she ended up joining our group for the entire half marathon. But we didn't really talk about it with her. But Tori, you made Tom's entire weekend.
You really did. Like, I like the podcast, and I fangirled out to other podcasts before, and I didn't know what it was like. But man, when you came up and you were like, "Hi, I listen to your podcast," I'm like, "Wow, I'm a celebrity."
Tori,
Like, is this how celebrities
we
feel?
had to
I
listen
had-
to him talk about how he's a celebrity for a long time.
Almost to the point where I'm like, am I now too good for this podcast?
Oh my
But
God.
she couldn't have been nicer.
Oh
She
my
came
gosh,
up.
yeah.
We took a picture. Aaron signed a few autographs.
I also, in the tent on the 8K, met Cass on the Run. Sorry, Tom, I forgot
Oh.
I didn't tell you about it until like much later. But I
That's
went
okay.
off to find my friend Jen, and I heard someone say, "Oh, I think she's on a podcast I listened to." And I turned around, and my friend Jen was standing right next to her, because apparently they were friends.
Now the difference you see is when Tori introduced herself, I shouted for Diana and Michael to come over so she could meet all four of us. Whereas you were like, it's really like 95% me.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. Or you guys were all the way on the other side of the tent, like as far away as you possibly could be in the tent.
I mean, it was so quiet in there. You could have just
I
yelled
could
over.
have just yelled.
That's true.
For you
That's
to
true.
Come over.
You
Actually,
can hear a pin drop.
we yelled for Michael to come over like 7 times before Michael
You
actually
could not
heard
hear
us.
anything.
That's
No.
how loud it
You were
was.
5
So
feet
loud.
away. I couldn't hear anything you were saying.
That's how loud it was in the tent. So, yes, there was no way I was going all the way to you guys to find you to bring you all the way back to meet her. I'm sorry.
Long story short, it's amazing when we meet people who listen to the podcast.
Yes.
Makes us feel all warm and fuzzy.
Hmm.
All right, so now fast forward again. We're at New Realm, and we all kind of dispersed for the evening.
Yeah, we were fading fast, and it was
Yeah.
funny. Right before we started recording, Michael and I were talking, and I feel like this is like the first weekend any of us were in the sun at all, and
Yes. Yeah.
like I was just like I felt so tired all weekend, and I think it was like, oh my gosh, we're around people again in this capacity like we haven't been in a couple of years. And it was the sun and the heat, and I just felt like I
Yeah.
was drained
Yeah.
more so than any other year.
I actually got a little bit of sunburn. Like I had
Mhm.
like where my sunglasses were, I have like, I don't know, the owl eyes looking thing where like
Yeah.
I have
Oh,
my
yeah.
sunglass
Yeah.
tan line,
The sunglass
and
tan
my
line.
from where my tank top was, my chest like right above like where the tank top line. I have a
Mhm.
tank top line, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't realize how warm that sun was.
Yep.
From being outside
Uh,
that much.
On Saturday, we didn't put anything on because it was supposed to rain. I was panicked because I forgot my ponchos. So we were like, oh, it was supposed to rain. It's probably going to be overcast, even if it doesn't rain. And it just was sunny and beautiful. And
Beautiful,
then
yeah.
Sunday, we were like, we should put actual
Mm.
sunscreen on. So we put sunscreen on Sunday, not Saturday.
I didn't put it on.
We
either
didn't put it on
day.
either day.
Either day. And on Sunday, it actually started out overcast. So I was like, oh, I did think it to myself. And I was like, oh, it's overcast. It'll be fine. And then all of a sudden it was beautiful and gorgeous. And the sun was nice and strong.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we had some early nights. Because I mean, I think
Yeah.
even when, because I had Donna's shirt, because I had bought a shirt for her. So she had to come pick it up. And she even made a comment. It was like 7:30. She's like, oh, this is an early. We were like, this is kind of an early night. We were
Yeah.
surprised.
We got carry out Italian food. I got my chicky parm
Mhm.
and went to bed
Yeah.
super early. I think we were all in bed at like 8:30, like falling asleep at 9.
Oh, yeah.
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 It's
us
kind of
too.
what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
we crashed.
were laying in bed the second we got back at like 7:30.
Yep.
So
Yeah, because we had eaten at New Realm, and
Yeah.
it was pretty good. And then we were like, we're done.
Yeah.
because not only even though we didn't go as hard in the tent, you're still drinking, and then you're at the brewery still drinking, then you're
Mhm.
eating. It's just, and you're like you
Mhm.
said, you're in the sun. It's a lot warmer than like we're used to right now. So like
Yep.
78 degrees out, while that sounds beautiful, and it is also like when you're not used to it, that first time out in the sun, it's just like exhausting.
Yeah, it drained you
Yeah.
a bit.
So yeah.
Yeah. And then we woke up for the half, and some of us doing the full on Sunday, and it was cooler. I had my throwaway sweatshirt on.
I
It was
did
slightly
not.
cooler. I know.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe you didn't have anything on.
Yeah,
I was
I did not.
cold.
I actually saw Amy walk by on the boards.
Yeah, we looked outside.
And
Yeah.
we looked outside. We stood outside. I was like, I don't know, this could be tricking us because we have walls on both sides of us because we're on the balcony. And then I saw the Chases walking by where Amy had just a t-shirt on. I was like, if Amy, who was like, if it's even the slightest bit cold out, I'm not even coming to the state.
Yeah, yeah.
was okay, then I think I should be able to not put on a
Yeah.
throwaway. Chris and Ian were both running the marathon.
just ridiculous. Both of them.
Ridiculous. I agree.
Chris had to do the whale challenge because this was the last time Lisa was going to allow it, because he signed up for the whale challenge 3 years in a row and then dropped down to dolphin the weekend of, really. And she said, it doesn't matter what you sign up for. That's what you're doing. You cannot drop down anymore. So that was his ultimatum.
That's funny.
So, and he was a little worried because he said he'd gotten up to 17 miles. And then when he went out for his 20 mile, he was having some pain. So he didn't make it. And he did really well. He beat, I think, what his time goal was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the rest of us, so then we were standing in the corral, and as we were like going towards the corral, so our friend Tori happened to walk by, and we just saw her, and we were like, "Hey!" And she was just about to get in the corral. We were like, "Oh, well, we're doing fun run pace 30-30s. If you want to join us, feel free." And she was like, "Okay."
She was so
we're
cute.
sorry. I'm not sure you have any idea what you're in for.
Yeah.
What you're about to get into. We said a couple times, we're like, are you sure? Because like this is gonna be slow. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be.
I was like, it's like a 3:30 to a 3:45 guaranteed, and she was like, "It's fine. I can do it." I was like, "Okay." Seriously, more the merrier. You know, we have all those people who along the way, when we're like joking around or being loud or whatever, and they like joke around with us, we're like, and they'll be like, "Hey, we'll join you," or like we'll be yelling out our run walk intervals, and they'll be like, "Oh, maybe I'll join your group." We always say the more the merrier. Come on in. We had that one woman from Space Coast that ran with us the entire time.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
and she even waited for us at Space Coast.
I know, when we would take
for
pictures.
like beers and pictures and stuff.
I know. So really, really, anytime you ever see our group out there, the more the merrier. We were happy to have her. I just wanted to warn her and make sure she understood what she was getting herself into.
Yeah, really. But shout out to her for putting herself out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cool.
that could be intimidating.
Yeah.
She's run more with you guys than I do.
Yes.
It's true.
That's absolutely
Yeah.
true. Thanks, Tori.
And Diana said it to me later. She's like, when I was 24, when she was 24, when we were 24, I don't know that we would have had the confidence to put ourselves out there, like to run with a
Absolutely
complete
not.
group, a group of complete strangers, like not just like one or two people. I mean, we had like what, 12 of us the entire time?
Yeah, a lot. There were a lot of us.
Because we had the Chases, the Taylors, us, the three of us, Tori, Brittany, Donna.
Mm-hmm.
That was our group for the whole time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Frumpa was missing
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
because I got a text from him in the morning that said, "I feel like I ate raw chicken." It's like,
Ooh.
I was like, "What?"
And all the implications.
Oh.
He's
Yep.
like, "That's." I'm like,
terrible.
What?
That sounds bad.
I'm like, "What did you eat?"
Yeah,
He's
what
like,
did
"I
you
don't know, but it feels like I ate raw chicken."
Oh man,
I'm like,
that's
well,
bad.
we all know what that means. So good
Mhm.
luck with that, Matt.
Wow.
And he didn't
Yeah,
come out and run.
Yeah, he didn't make it.
Yeah. That sucks. He drove all that way and then didn't even get to finish the Dolphin Challenge with
Yeah.
us.
Oh, that sucks.
Poor guy.
But
Yeah.
we had a blast.
We
had
did.
such a good time.
It was
Such
insane.
a fun group.
Yeah.
And I was so glad because I'm not sure if I had met the Chases before. And of course I met them at various points during the weekend, but I couldn't remember if like I had met them in person. It was so like great to like walk and really talk with Amy. And
They
Tom
ran
was
Space
like,
Coast
Jason,
with us.
they did run Space Coast with us. I feel like I didn't talk to them that much that weekend.
Yeah.
There was a lot of
Maybe I
people at
didn't.
Space
Yeah, Space
Coast.
Coast was all. I mean,
Space Coast was really overwhelming.
Yeah.
there was a lot
yeah.
more people. There was a lot more people at Space Coast.
Well,
I
we
think.
had dinner with them at Space Coast. Now that you're saying that, but I don't know if I had full
Yeah,
length conversations
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah, I get
before.
that. Yeah.
And Tom was like, "Jason is so sneaky funny." Like,
Oh, yes.
he was talking about him like on the way
100%.
home today. He's like, "I loved him."
Jason's amazing.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Yes.
And they were geeking about recruiting because they're both nerdy recruiters. Or
Yeah,
he
and-
is recruiting adjacent or something. I don't know. I don't understand any of it.
And he was a DJ for like 8 years in Sioux Falls, Iowa.
What?
Iowa.
South
Idaho?
South Dakota.
That's it. Sioux Falls,
It's kind of like
the
Laura
Netherlands.
being from New
Sioux
Zealand.
Falls, New Zealand is what I think he said.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
gosh.
man, Jason Chase, like you start peeling back that onion, you find a lot about him.
Oh, it was so great.
It's so
But
funny.
yeah, like I said, they were like, I had never really gotten a chance to connect, and I was so happy we did. And I hadn't run with Brittany and Donna from Reno Hana in a long time.
Yeah.
So I was so excited.
Yeah, I'm glad that they decided to fun run with everyone. Because I know Donna's another one that like we doesn't like do intervals or like, so sometimes, it can be not a challenge, but like when you slow down that much, so I was really glad that everyone decided to fun run together and stay together the whole time.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We started drinking at mile 2.5 was the first
beer
stop.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, it was before that. That was just where I took the first video. So before we got to mile 2.5, we had our first beer stop.
Oh my God.
We took lots of character pictures. Scooby-Doo was out there. We had a giant squid, like a inflatable squid was out there. Our F yeah sign was out there.
I loved seeing the F yeah.
Yeah.
We saw the Weckerleys for a moment.
Yes.
And it was so funny. A lot of the people like weren't running with us. So like Lisa was going for a PR. So Kimbry was pacing her for that. But they did say they had to split a beer in honor of us.
Nice.
And then Katie and Kyle were doing the same thing where they were running for time. It was Katie. So I don't think we gave Katie from Games You Grew Up With podcast a shout out at the beginning. But it was her first half marathon and she did it stupid fast.
Let me just tell you, when I saw her, right, I was like, oh, congratulations, on your first half marathon. I was like, oh, what was your time? She's like, it was just a 2:04. I was like, what? Just
are you out of your mind?
Like, what is this life? Great. What is this life?
Yeah, and they were like, oh yeah, and then we made sure that we did a beer too because of like the tradition. So like, I love hearing that.
Yeah, so fun.
Yeah.
There was I think like 3 or 4 beer stops along the beginning before you get to where you take the long trek into like down the wooded road and then you come around and you go into the base. And obviously there's no alcohol on the base. And then you go past the lighthouses, which we all took selfies at the lighthouse.
Yep. And there's always a guy playing a guitar. He's been there every year I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was you get to where the housing is for the base, and it's really fun because the families come out, and so the families were out there cheering people on, and there was like a little kid dressed as Hulk, which Brittany was super excited about, and
that's funny
because she always identifies as Hulk. So that was cute. There's tons of dogs. I can't even tell you how many dogs I pet.
You were a little upset though because of your injury slowing you down a little bit with the dogs.
Yeah, because I couldn't, like, a lot of times when I fun run with you guys, I will stop, pet a dog, and then catch up. I couldn't catch up this time, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to because after the first 3 I did, I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this. So I missed a ton of dogs in the middle. And then once we got to like the real like fun walk type pace, I started petting dogs again. I did miss out a little bit on some of the dog petting, but it's fine. There was a lot of dogs though.
There were a ton of dogs. Yeah. So
I mean, again, the weather was phenomenal, but that
amazing weather
also meant that it was hot. It got a little warm. Those last couple miles.
Actually, I thought it was warm early. Time. Yeah, I thought it was warmer early than at the end, honestly.
Yeah. And then
I think Tom, Aaron finally did get to see Tom have a little bit.
I was not
a mood.
I just you all was stopping. I just kept walking. I was walking.
He took off.
I wasn't trying to be.
I'm leaving.
No, you guys wanted to see it. You wanted to see it. You wanted me to be negative. You wanted me to be rude, and I was not feeling that way at all. I just didn't want to stop.
And his feet hurt a lot.
And my feet hurt.
Yes,
and my
and so
back
that
was hurting.
That was sometime at like mile 10-ish, because it was after we came out of the base, and then we were waiting to see Michael and John.
Yeah.
John, shout out to him real quick, because he woke up with vertigo.
Yeah.
And then everyone
Brought
was like,
beer.
don't worry about bringing beer, it's fine. But John, being who John is, was like, I told people I was going to bring beer, and we
And
were
he
like,
did it. Yep.
Michael can bring the
The
beer.
hero
And
of
he's
the
like,
day.
no, I'm going to be out there.
Yeah.
So hero of the day, yeah, brought us beer, mile
Yeah.
11. We drank
He was so great.
our each got a can of beer. Walked.
It was cold.
Yes.
It
It
was
was,
delicious.
yeah.
Oh, it was perfect
fantastic.
timing.
Yeah.
But right before that, one of the beer stops we had passed, on the way out coming back in, they'd run out of cups, but they still had beer in a keg. So
Ooh.
all of
Oh,
us
that's right.
scrambled to find cups.
Yes.
And then Aaron and I dumped water out of our water bottles and then used our water bottle
Actually,
to fill with beer.
Amy gave me her water bottle from her bottle belt, because
Oh
her
my God.
and they both had water. So she gave me a vessel to put the beer in.
Yeah.
Oh my
We're like,
God.
we can solve a cup problem. We can't solve a no beer problem.
Yeah.
This is true.
We're nothing
This
but
is true.
solutions.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
So
and
we were
Tori
excited about
was
that.
drinking right out there with us. She was whenever she would run too, because she'd run ahead every so often to like pet a dog or do something or take
Yeah.
a picture. I mean, she has like just bouncy, cute little run that we were
Adorable.
like, oh my God, why is she so adorable?
yeah, just the cutest. So yeah, it was great, and we walked in and got lots of photos, and
Yeah. And then we went to
Yeah.
the beer tent,
Yep.
and
And we went to the beer
drank
tent.
Oh, can
a
I?
lot.
Like, I ran too. Can I talk about my
Oh.
run?
Yes, Michael,
Oh.
please.
Oh,
We
yeah.
apologize. We apologize. I'm letting
Do
my
we?
celebrity status go to my head.
I know I wasn't with everybody else, but I actually ran the race also.
I forgot
You
that
did.
the same that happened with Space Ghost. We have to give Michael his time.
It'll be fast. It wasn't anything
He's just kidding. I'm
exciting.
just kidding. We love you.
Gosh,
We're sorry we did not acknowledge your celebrity
I
status.
abandoned everyone.
You did abandon
and went to
everyone.
corral number 2
Yes.
and took off. And I had a goal of I wanted to get a proof of time for Disney, as we know. That was like my
Mhm.
thing. No pre-COVID goals, no pre-COVID PR kind of stuff, just a
Mhm.
Disney proof of time. And I got it by I wanted to be sub 155 and I went sub 154.
Okay.
whoop, whoop.
And
Very nice.
it was very steady, evenly paced. I felt good. I then had to walk down 9 flights of stairs twice after I finished the race because one of our elevators
Oh,
was
God,
broken
yes.
in our hotel.
Oh my gosh. The
One-
elevator ride down to get to the race took us forever.
One of the times I had to walk down with a 12-pack of beer. Then I also walked about 8 blocks with the 12-pack of beer to go meet John
We love you.
because I lost my phone at one point and thought I was not
Oh
going
my
to be able
God.
to communicate with John.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And then we met you guys for beer and then we got to the tent.
That's your recap?
That was
That's
my
all you
my
get?
recap was easy.
Cool
Like, I don't
story,
know.
bro.
Yeah.
Cool story. bro.
Nothing really happened. I ran. I felt good. I finished. I walked around a lot. Felt good. Cheered the final runner with Tori.
That's true. You
The
did.
final marathon finisher. Tori and I cheered him along,
Yeah, we
which
went
was awesome
and
to
cheered
see.
Chris on also.
Cheered Chris on.
Yep.
Saw somebody go swimming topless in the ocean.
Oh, that's
We
true.
did see that.
We did see
Yes.
that. We actually
So-
spent the whole time outside the tent once we realized the day before that
Yeah,
we could have
we
been
didn't have to
outside in
be
the gorgeous
inside.
weather. We were like, we should all be outside.
Yeah.
And
it was
we'll
great.
we'll spare you some of the sloppy details.
It was a lot of beers.
but
It
the
got
beer
away
was
from us.
flowing, and we were
Okay,
feeling good.
Here's the detail I will not spare you.
Ugh.
I left that weekend with 4 beer tickets on my bib. And Michael used all 4 of his beer tickets.
I used all 4. Andre
I
used
got-
all 4. Kyle used all 4.
I got a lot more beer than any of them did.
Yeah.
Because every time I went in, I got 2 beers each time. And I just walked up and took 2 cups and just walked out. And that was
Kyle
it.
finally at the end was like, I just went in and took one, Diana. I did it. I was dying.
The boys
what
were
I told-
getting so mad about it. Yeah, boys were getting
was
so
like-
mad.
Yeah, like I had given one ticket I think, originally, and then nothing after that. But I think it's just because I handed it to her.
And then, unless you were a girl or Tom, because Tom didn't have to worry about it either.
Not at all.
It was so funny.
So funny.
And then I was saying, I felt like, you ever have one of those times where you're like trying to get a buzz and you can't get one? That was happening to me. So then I just started pounding beers, and then it just went the opposite direction. It was a mistake.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, a lot of, I mean, I don't know. It was a good time. I have some videos of some drunkenness that I was watching earlier and laughing. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
it was fun.
Yep.
We have some fun group pictures. Tori's mom hung out with us.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Tori's mom.
Yeah, total shout out to Tori's mom.
Yeah.
She's a trooper. Hanging out with a lot of drunk people.
Which definitely paid for later.
We all crashed pretty hard that night. Somehow you guys went out to eat.
Oh my God.
Good luck on that.
Yeah, and then we sat in the corner like zombies and didn't talk to anybody, just slowly eating French fries.
Oh my God.
It was so bad. Like, I went back to the room, and normally I'm one of those people where, like, if I run, I have to take a shower before I do anything else. I literally wiped all the sand off my feet and got into bed and passed out.
Oh my God.
And then when, like, the alarm went off, like, I just turned it off. And then Chris finally came in and was like, "Hey, Diane, you got to get up. We're going to dinner." I told him no. Like,
well, that's what you guys wanted to go. And it was like, the options were like 15 minutes away or 2 miles. And I was like, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to go walk out the door and find some place really quickly. And then we tried a couple places and they were all like an hour wait. I was like, screw this. We're just getting pizza. So we got really not great pizza again, but I didn't really care.
Yeah.
And a meatball sub. The meatball sub was pretty good. But
it filled our stomachs, and that was all.
And then we passed back out.
That's all you needed at that point.
And we brought the food back with us, so we ate in bed, and it was fantastic.
That's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do.
I highly recommend that. Next
we should have
time.
done that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Anything else?
No. Oh, we were. All right, so spoilers. We're recording this right before we record Rise and Run. So we were on Rise and Run last week.
It's true.
Yay!
As a matter of fact, we're going to have to
We're about to record it in 30 seconds.
We're going to interrupt this recording to go record there and then come back and finish recording this one.
Are we?
Yeah, because we still have to do something good.
Oh, okay. We'll do that then.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Or we could forego something good and just say something good was all the friends we were together with this weekend that Tom put down.
Something good was Tori's mom.
Yes.
Oh.
And Tom, what was yours? You actually wrote one down.
My something good was seeing friends prepare for and accomplish goals. Diana PR'd, Lisa PR'd, Chris did the marathon.
Yeah.
Katie did her first marathon or half marathon.
Katie did half. Michael, you hit your goal. So I love it when people accomplish things. That's awesome.
Awesome.
All right. Well, I guess that's it then, because my something good is always the sentimental same thing after every single race that I ever do with friends. So, my something good is all of our friends that I love so much, and my cup is full, and I am so happy and full of joy and love and friendship, and the end.
Awesome.
Good. And look, I didn't ruin it with some horny TV show.
All right, hold on. Just okay. So, last thing, in the spirit of Shamrock, I'm going to end us with an Irish toast. There are good ships and wood ships, ships that sail at sea, but the best ships are friendships, and may they always be. Cheers. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Cheers, everyone.